Hey everyone, Joe here. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's cold here today. I have a fleece on and I'm still cold. We didn't turn the heat on though yet, but it's pretty brisk and it's supposed to warm up during the week, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so welcome back. Hey guys, for all of you that always stop by to say hello, and if you just stumbled on me, my name is Joe, and I do a lot of seasonal decorating, and we're moving into Christmas time right now. So I'll be putting up a lot of videos if you're interested to see what I'm up to this year. If you don't know what I usually do, why don't you check through my channel and take a look at my past Christmas videos. If you like Christmas, this might be the place for you. So today what I'm going to be doing is I have gotten a few requests from people asking me to do a demonstration on a topper. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing over the top toppers. So if you like to just put a star on your tree, that's great. If you just like to put an angel on your tree, that's great. Don't get mad at me for doing an over the top topper. This is just another idea that you might have in your arsenal of ideas for Christmas. So, you know, I know sometimes people get upset when they don't see a star on top of the tree, and I get it, I understand it, but there are a lot of different options out there for a lot of different people. Everybody has a different cup of tea, what they like. This video is about over the top toppers. If you don't like that, then this is not going to be the video for you. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to try to do a couple, but I don't want to go through all my bins and everything like that. I think first what I'm going to try to do, the first one is I'm going to be doing a more elegant over-the-top topper, and I'm going to be using a lot of gold items. So just hold on a second. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be working with this little tree today, and basically, and I'm going to, first what I'm going to do is a lot of gold, and I don't know if I would, add other, possibly a complementary color in there because it gets a little bit dense with just all the gold. I mean, sometimes I do a very monochromatic and keep everything the same, especially on the topper. But anyway, we'll see where it goes today. So let me just move this up a little bit for you. Okay, so what I generally like to do is I like to start with something spiky up on the top. And I have these right now, and so I'm going to use these first. And what I'll do is I go right in up on the top of where the top stem is. Now, it depends. Usually, like for real, I would probably use a little bit of floral wire just to make sure that it goes where I want it to go. Especially if the top is a little bit, I don't want to say skimpy, but a little bit not as full that it's going to hold all the picks that you're going to plan to put up there. So anyway, here's my rule of thumb always is a little bit of the spiky first. Now, bend them, don't try to make them look a little bit more natural or give them a little bit of motion, or what we say, make it look a little bit more organic, right? Not so stiff, because it's supposed to look like it just doesn't care. Like it just is there. It didn't really care. And we want it to have some dimension and some fluidity and some motion. Okay, so we're starting there with this. See, this one doesn't like, this one has a mind of its own. There's always one of those, like you get one of those kids that have a mind of their own. They don't want to listen. And this is the same way. So that, I'm starting with that. Okay, so let me see if I have another one. I might need one on the side there. Let me take a look. Something right here looks like it's a little bit, it needs some help right here. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with something that's a little bit more stubby, not as spiky. And I'm going to use these next. These are these gold tipped eucalyptus leaves. Okay, so it's very gold, obviously, but there's a lot of different shapes in there and even some textures and whatnot, and it provides some movement. See how those little curly Q things there do that. All right, so let's try another one, and I'm looking for something tall and, like I told you, spiky. So I'm going to use this pick that was from my Michael grab bag haul last year. Has a little bit of cotton on it, and it has the berries and little pine cones, and it has a little bit of interest to it. So just open it up, move it around a little bit, see how it looks. Don't leave it so flat, and we're going to start again up right in the center. Okay, now I would definitely tie this in if it was going to stay like that. This is a bad angle. I need to find a better angle for you to see. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. Now, next, what I think I'm going to put in is I have a few more tall items. I have 3 of these, and I'm going to add these in. These have a more of a silver finish, but they still have the red berries on them, and they're glistening. Again, everything I'm putting in here is from my Michael's grab bag haul from last year. So I have 3 of these. So what I want to do is I'm going to put one in the front, and I want to round it a little bit so it kind of looks like it's, more natural there. And here's my second one, and I'm rounding that too, just so. And this is plastic, so it's hard to open up, but if you have time to play with it, it will work a little bit better. Okay. My problem is too is I'm not used to talking while I do this. I do more thinking than anything. So when I'm trying to talk and keep you occupied, it kind of distracts my brain from what I'm doing. Okay, so there you go. So now we have 3 of these in here, all right? 3 of these, all right? All right, next I'm going to use something stubby. And I'm going to try these. I'm going to see how these look. Again, look how beautiful these are. These were from that grab bag haul too. There's like the pine, the berries. There's other kinds of leaves in here and so on. I have the tags on them still. When I use them for real, I will start taking the tags off. But right now, I'm not going to take my time to do that. But definitely take your tags off. Okay, so I don't know, this might be absolutely too large, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Let's see what's next. Another one. Okay. Try to shape it a little bit. Okay, and let's go right in here. This one. Okay, and let's see. We have another one here. Okay, just shaping it a little bit. All right. see how that looks from back here. Okay, and I have these little poinsettia, and right now I think I'm just going to stick them in, but most likely I'm going to wind up cutting these apart. But it could use something right here. I don't know. What do you think? What are you thinking? Okay, so next I think I'm going to add in some of these sparkly branches that I have here. Give some texture and something for the light to bounce off of. Did you see that? Okay. And next, again, I would wire these in, but for today, just going to put a few of these in here. And I'm going to finish it off with some white branches. This is a more traditional or more kind of rusticy looking or outdoorsy looking kind of tree. Which you'll see my real version of this. One of the trees I'm going to be doing is more of a old-fashioned kind of tree, and I'm going to be using a lot of the red and the whites and so on. Okay. Let me take this off so you can get a better view. Okay, so once again, same principle. I started with things that are taller and thinner, and then I go to more stubby stuff, and then I add in my fillers. In this case, it was those tiny poinsettia flowers there and some pine cones, and then I added in some of that this grassy looking stuff that has a lot of sparkle on it, and then I finished it off with some white branches on it. So This one has a more traditional look, and actually, this one is appealing to me a lot more than the one I did right before. There are obviously some things that need to be tweaked on here, like this right here is sticking out too much. I would have to go back and fix it. But again, it was to give you an idea of how I do the toppers. And Valerie, how are you? I did this especially for you because I know you've been asking me a while to do a topper. So again, you do whatever you can do, and however it makes you happy based on what you have. Okay, everybody, so I hope you find this helpful, and at least it gave you the idea of how I work on my toppers and the thought that goes into it. Actually, like I was looking for a sign to put in here, but I couldn't find it upstairs. I don't want to start opening up a bunch of bins and things like that as of today anyway. So, I mean, you can add and build around, like sometimes I'll use a big birdhouse in there, or sometimes I'll use Santa up there, or sometimes I'll use whatever, is the theme of my tree as my centerpiece, and then I build around it. So, think about what you want it to look like, and based on what you have. Now, I was lucky because I have a lot more picks this year based from what I got in my Michael's grab bag haul. It was absolutely phenomenal. But a lot of this stuff can be done even with Dollar Tree stuff. You can get the Dollar Tree berries, and it works just as well. Now, I have those too, and I'm going to be using those as well. But like I said, I just wanted to demonstrate here. Again, make it as interesting as you possibly can. Something tall, something short, not everything always the same. Berries, flowers, pine cones. The white branches, I always find, make such a dramatic statement, and it just looks like Christmas to me. I really love those white branches. All right, everybody, so that's it for this video. Like I said, I hope you find it helpful. It was, thank you for spending some time with me. Send me a comment, a thumbs up. Subscription, if you just stumbled on me, I'm going for 10,000 subscribers by Thanksgiving is my goal, and I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. Look for me on Facebook at Designs by Joe, and on Instagram at Designs by _Joe, and I hope everybody's doing well and being safe, and I'll be back shortly with another video coming up very, very shortly. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.